Before I start, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more real-life stories like this. And share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you would have done if you were in my shoes. It all started with a text I never expected. One that shattered the fragile sense of normal I'd been clinging to for months. My phone buzzed while I was unloading groceries, and I saw her name flashing on the screen. I don't think you matter to me anymore. I froze mid-step, the bag of apples slipping from my hands. My heart thudded against my ribs like a warning drum. I read it over and over, trying to convince myself it was some kind of mistake, a misfire of anger or exhaustion. But deep down, I felt the hollow echo of truth behind her words. For days before that text, little things have been nagging at me. Things I brushed off as stress or coincidence. Missed calls at odd hours, sudden late nights at work she had to handle. The faint smell of perfume that wasn't mine lingering on her coat. I kept telling myself I was overthinking, that I was imagining patterns where there were none. But now the illusion had collapsed in a single, cold sentence. I tried calling her. I knocked on our door. I needed an explanation. But each time, I was met with her cool, practice calm. "I'm just tired," she said. "You're reading too much into it." Her eyes avoided mine, though darting like they wanted to escape, and in those evasive glances, I started seeing pieces of a truth I wasn't ready to face. A week later, I found it, not on purpose. I wasn't snooping, but her phone had been left on the counter. A message popped up from a name I didn't recognize. "Can't wait to see you tonight. I love you." The world tilted beneath me. I couldn't breathe. My hands shook, and I felt like a stranger in my own home. Every laugh we had shared, every plan we had made, suddenly felt like a well-rehearsed act I had been fooled into playing. I wanted to scream, to throw the phone across the room. But I didn't. I just held it, my chest tight, tears stinging my eyes. I confronted her that night. I wanted to hear it from her mouth, to demand the truth. She didn't deny it. She looked at me with that strange mix of guilt and defiance, like she wanted to feel my pain but couldn't bring herself to apologize. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said softly, but her eyes told another story entirely. The days that followed were a blur. I replayed everything. The way she smiled at me, the casual touches, the little jokes, and I saw how many were borrowed from another life, another person. It wasn't just betrayal. It was the slow erasure of what I thought was real. I tried reasoning with myself, tried rationalizing why I should stay. Maybe people change. Maybe love isn't enough. Maybe we could fix it. But each attempt ended with her cold indifference or another lie. And each time I felt a piece of myself slipping away. Then came the moment I knew I had to choose myself. I packed a small bag, grabbed my keys, and left without a word. No confrontation, no dramatics, just silence. I didn't check in. I didn't call. If she realized I was gone, that was on her. For the first time in months, I felt the weight of my own decisions, unfiltered and real. Walking away wasn't easy. Memories haunted me. The lazy Sunday mornings, the quiet dinners, the way she used to hum softly in the kitchen. They cut like knives, but each step forward reminded me of something I had forgotten. My worth isn't measured by someone else's inability to see it. Weeks turned into months. I rebuilt my routines, my friendships, the small joys I neglected. And though there were nights when I ate, when I want to call and beg for answers or closure, I didn't. I had learned that closure isn't given, it's claimed. And I claimed mine by living my life, not by pleading for scraps of love that had been poisoned with deceit. I don't know if she ever realized the depth of what she lost, or if she even thinks of me at all. And honestly, I stopped caring. Because in the quiet, in the freedom of not being diminished, I found a strength I didn't know I had. I wasn't perfect, and I was still learning who I was without her shadow looming over me. But I was whole again. I share this not out of bitterness, but as a reminder. Love should lift you up, not make you disappear. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is walk away, even when your heart is breaking. So, if you're listening to this, know that you deserve to be seen, to be valued, to matter. And if someone tells you don't, maybe it's your moment to vanish, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. If you felt this story, if it stirred something in you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and let me know in the comments what you would have done in my place. Because sometimes sharing our pain is how we start to heal.